Hi, I'm Christine Yount-Jones with Children's Ministry Magazine, and let me tell you what you're not going to want to miss in the July-August issue of Children's Ministry Magazine. Really excited about some articles that we've done. One is on the effects of trauma on children's faith. I mean, we know that children go through trauma, whether it's a parent's divorce or going through a hurricane or a tornado or a mudslide. I mean, in the news, we always hear things that children are experiencing, and we know how to minister to them in the trauma. But what happens down the road? What happens to the rewiring of their brains? How does that affect their perception of God? And so we dug into that. We talked to child psychologists and brain research experts, and you're not going to want to miss that, so that you know how to shepherd a child years later after he or she has experienced trauma. You're going to want to read that article. Another article that I'm excited about, because I love prayer stations and I love worship stations. I love leading adults in them. I love leading children in them. But our special section has a dozen worship stations that you can lead children in. You set up these stations. Here's an example. I set up fans in my room, and then I gave children pieces of paper and talked about how Jesus says to forgive 70 times 7. And let me just give you a tip as you set these up. It's important to set the expectation. Say to kids, here's what you're going to experience, and here's what this is going to look like. You're going to need to you'll be quiet, you'll be respectful, you won't be running around, but you'll be waiting in line. So anyway, they got in line and they held those papers, and then they went to the fan and they let the Holy Spirit, just as they prayed, blow over them, and the papers blew everywhere. And I have to tell you, it was one of the most impactful ministry mornings that I've had. But part of the success of it, as you use these amazing worship stations, is set the expectation. Hey kids, here's what it's going to look like, and here's what it's not going to look like. And you're going to see God show up in mighty ways for your children as you use these worship stations. There's so much more in this issue that I know you're going to want to use and share with your volunteers, and just pass out and read and study. And so don't miss out. It's the July-August issue of Children's Ministry Magazine. Check it out now.